So evening lovelies, just starting on your mat wherever you want to, lying down or seated, whatever feels right for you in this moment. And it might not be the pose that you normally take, so just seeing how you're feeling. Warm evening, but usually when we just sit still for a minute or two, then we will start to kind of cool down if we've been busy earlier. So just taking a few moments just to, as I always say, kind of arrive in this space, come into your yogic frame of mind. And being yogic is not about being on our mat all the time. It can be not saying something when you normally would, so holding back your ego. It can be just telling the truth. Sometimes it's hard to hear, or you can say the truth in a very kind way. It might be a himsa, which is just not taking that something that we want to eat because we actually know it is not very good for us. So that is the non-violence, non-harm. So there's so many ways to be yogic when we're off our mat as well as being on. So as you have these few minutes, think about maybe the things you've done today which sort of are in alignment with your yoga, or where we kind of slightly come out of alignment, which is a very normal, natural human thing to do. The yogic thing is just becoming conscious of where we do and where we don't. Where have we followed our intuition today and our inner guidance? Where have we ignored it? When we've had time to rest, have we perhaps gone on and done something on our to-do list and not taken that space of rest where we're stealing energy for later on? It's very interesting when you sort of pick your day apart in that yogic sense. So when you're ready, just bringing your knees into chest and coming up to seated. And we'll take 5 minutes for some meditation. We'll come into the So-Hum mantra and mudra. Just resting the hands to Dhyana mudra. And I'll pop the timer on for about 5 minutes. Every now and then I think I just need to check it, so I'm just going to keep that here. And then we'll just close the eyes. So as we breathe in, just mentally saying so, and as you exhale, hum. And just trying to stay with it, really. Notice when the mind wanders off. So let's drop the eyelids, get comfortable, and we'll begin. So, hum. And just carrying on internally. Staying with the mantra if you can. So we'll just gently take a few more breaths and then coming back from our practice. How did it feel? Were you feeling quite calm and peaceful? It's really lovely to just notice how you start feeling and then how you feel after a practice like that. So only 5 minutes. Okay, let's come into butterfly. And today, if you want to, and you've got bolsters, you can make it really quite nice and restorative. So we can have the bolster in front of our head if we want to, or resting over the feet. You can rest the hands there. Or if you prefer, and I'm going to take this nice restful pose this evening, I'm going to pop it under the knees. Okay. This is a nice one because if you do have quite achy lower back, then it opens up through the hips. It's not as intense through the hips, but you can really enjoy that stretch through the back. Okay, so, and relax. Coming into your pose and just looking through the whole body bit by bit, noticing where you can open up and surrender and relax your muscles. Softening through the head and neck eventually, and the shoulders. And just seeing if you can bring the breath back to belly. You can introduce the so hum again if that's something you like to keep you on track and stay focused. So enjoying opening up through the back of your body. Notice what's going through your mind. Notice how often you drift off into the past or the future. Whether you can just be very present. Can you feel that lovely stretch through the back? Nice relief in the lower back, that deep stretch. Just follow your breath a little bit longer. That lovely expansion on the back ribs. And we'll just take one more breath. And then gently lifting up slowly, finding your way back onto the mat. And if you took the bolster under the knees, notice if that felt quite nourishing tonight, whether actually it's nicer to be softer on an evening practice. So let's lie down. Take a minute or so just to tune in. It often amazes me how when we do lie down, you can really notice where we're holding tightness still, how long it takes us to really let go. Relaxing your buttocks, really try and let the lower back soften. Notice if the middle part of your back, you're still holding muscles tightly there. And then just check in with the upper back and shoulders as well. It can be so subtle, but you know when you've been holding it after you've released. So when you're ready, let's draw the knees in. Right one, left one. Have a few moments to rock. What do you notice here? What's physical sensations, little circles? So the next pose is a twist. My suggestion is twisted roots, where we lie down, swing the knees to the side, using a cushion. However, if you find a different kind of twist more beneficial to you, then please do that. This one doesn't involve the hips too much, but even if you have got a little bit of aching on the side, perhaps just roll out a little blanket for more padded sensation. So I'm going to use the cushion under the knees and then a little rolled up blanket for the shoulder. Everyone's different. You might need more blankets one side than the other or more cushions. So just choosing how it feels for you. And then we'll bring that. So again, even in this pose, you can cross the legs, which does intensify. But if you prefer this evening just to rest the knees towards the right hand side, you can do that. Try both perhaps. So we'll do this about 5 minutes. Take a moment just to get into position, supporting your shoulder, supporting your knees. And if you get into a position you need to adjust a bit, please do. It's about getting kind of as comfortable as you can in these poses. So. And again, even here, you could maybe just sort of uncross the legs, see how that feels. And then whichever pose you come into this evening, whatever feels right for you, just trying to relax everything again. Check in with the buttocks, around the waist, lower back. And then tuning into your breath, you can really enjoy how the left side of your ribs expand. Perhaps feeling it a bit more than the right side in this position. Softening your head and neck. So where are you feeling it in this pose tonight? Perhaps there's a real sort of deep stretch over the hip, or it kind of curls round, more sensation through the buttock. Keep trying to relax the inner thighs if they do tense. When we let go through our body, physically, that's one part of our practice. But where else can we let go? Can we let go of a scenario we're repeating in our head the whole time? Can we let go of a recurring worry that could be present as well as historic? Can we let go of a relationship or a possession? Yoga teaches us to find that detachment. And often that freedom, that feeling that comes with letting something go is a very positive and pleasant one. Especially when we no longer need the thing that we've been attached to. So with a nice long breath, a slow exhale, it will slowly come out. So I find it very interesting just to move all the different parts of the body one at a time when we come out of this pose. And feeling all the sensation that goes with it. So you can move your props to the other side just for a moment, and we'll use them shortly. So just have this moment to reset. Tune into the stretch that you feel on the left side, how you feel through your spine and the muscles, how your nervous system feels. Tuning into solar plexus, Manipur chakra, and checking in with everything that associates here with our self-worth, feelings of manifestation and action. And just enjoying some deep, nourishing breaths. Let's come into the other side, but bring the knees in first. Have a nice little rock. Loosen up anything you need to in your back. And then starting to just get everything in place. Pillow maybe to your left knee, to the left side for your knees. And then cushion for the shoulder if you wish. So crossing right leg over left, or just swinging them to the left. And coming into the position. Take your time just to find the right pose. Gently your feet might move, slip away. And then relax. A nice pose to enhance our rest and digest system. The parasympathetic nervous system. So trying to relax in them. Again, the buttocks, waist, lower back. Check in with any tension in the neck. And does one side feel so much easier sometimes to relax into? Just awareness of if one side is always tighter. So following your mind. Being the witness, standing back and knowing that you are not your body, you are not your mind. You are that conscious observer of everything going on. Just keep checking in through the sides of your waist. Relaxing your face. And then very gently we'll just take one more lovely deep breath. And slowly uncrossing legs and finding your way back on into Shavasana. And just feeling that lovely balance. Following any chi. And then when you're ready, let's bring the knees in. Enjoy a nice rock here. Again, no rush. Take your time. Feel everything that you feel. And then we'll roll up. We're coming to heart bench next. So if you want to grab your blocks, if heart bench doesn't feel right for you today, you just don't, you're not feeling it, come into bench where you use the pillow and lie back over the pillow. But whatever you feel like your body needs. You know best, you know your body better. Okay, so we'll take our 5 minutes here, just gently lowering. Always takes a few moments to find the best place for that block. And even if you come into this pose thinking it's what you need and it isn't, then again, just come out, lie back over cushion perhaps. So deep breaths. How is your heart center feeling today? Is it nice and soft and open, receptive, or a little bit bruised, closed, blocked in any way? So a nice pose, if you want to, you can just close your eyes, turn your attention inward. Tune into how the energy of your heart feels. Does it feel joyful, loving, or in any way negative. As we breathe, let's feel if we can sort of encourage a bit more love into our heart center. As you think about your heart center in the center of your chest, just thinking about also the space around your heart center and how the vibration here can extend out infinitely. The Heart Math Institute in America can measure the heart energies extending 8 feet beyond the body, at least. But this is only the limit of their machine, and they suspect it extends infinitely. Think of all of the lovely people we can touch in our lives if our heart energy is consciously extending 8 feet in all directions and beyond. Breathing deeply to your belly. Notice if you ever see colours or other inspiration that comes to you in these poses. Just as we have a few more moments here, I wonder if you can conjure up in your mind a time or a place or a scenario where you felt so loving and full that your heart just wanted to burst, whether it's with somebody or some news you heard or something that you saw you're proud of. So try and conjure up, remember that time when your heart just opened up with joy. Perhaps getting together with good old friends or experiencing something. So we'll take one more lovely long breath here. Feel the heart energy expanding, and we'll just lift our heads using your arms, support your body as you come up. And then we'll come straight down after we move our blocks. So, relaxing back. Taking some nice nourishing breaths. So let's just draw the knees in. We're going to come into waterfall, and then we'll take a short time in banana, so that throughout this practice we've come forwards with butterfly, we've come into a twist with twisted roots, a lovely back bend with heart bench. So moving in all directions, we just need to come into an inversion and then a side stretch of banana, and it's a lovely kind of overall movement and practice tonight. So let's get our cushions, just wedge them under the buttocks, and we'll take a nice long rest here. If you've got something where you can swing your legs around on a wall, that's even better. Otherwise, just raised. You can have a nice bend in your knee. And as always, it's nice to notice how you feel at the start of your pose and then how it feels at the end of your pose. This can be very relieving for fluids that build up in the legs. Draw your awareness to your third eye. Connect in with your pineal gland in the center of your head. A gland that's responsible for your sleep-wake cycle, your melatonin, serotonin. And focusing on the breath in your belly. That nice flowing movement of the breath into the chest. In this position, what do you notice through your feet? Do your legs feel steady this evening? Do they have a little quiver? How is your nervous system? So just gently, let's bend the knees. Drop the feet down. Have a moment. Just observe any heat that you feel. Just taking your cushion away. We'll take a few breaths just in neutral spine before we come into banana. And then we'll only take a few minutes each side here. Just being aware of how it changes the shape of your spine when you lie down. Where any energy centers. And then if you want to, bring the knees in before we come into banana. It's always nice to have another little rock on the back. And then we'll come into banana pose. So bringing everything over to the right hand side. So feet to the lower right foot over left. We'll make it simple, we'll just keep the feet here. Just adjust through the pelvis and buttocks. And then just shoulders over to top right. I think just keep the arms by the side of your body this evening. It's a far more relaxed position to be in. Unless you want to move your arms, it's up to you. Just relax through the buttocks if there's any tightness. If anything starts to feel twingy, then just gently sort of soften out of the pose a little. Following your breath, belly up to chest. Come back into the so hum rhythm if you wish. See how long you can stay with it before the mind drifts. So we'll just take now one more breath. Start to uncross your legs, come back into neutral spine just for a few moments. Give yourself a little wiggle. If you need to wriggle your pelvis, tilt the spine a little. And just be open to what you're feeling. Where's the warmth? Where's the tingling? Coolness? And then either coming over to the left-hand side, or if you want to, it's quite nice just to bring the knees in for a moment. And then we can come into banana left side. So feet lower corner, left side, left foot over right, and then just bringing shoulders and upper body to the left. Take a few minutes just to sort of feel if you've come into it too far or too little, and just find your perfect spot. Deep breath. And let's just come back to so hum for a little while, for as long as you can before you start thinking about something else. Just keep checking in with the sides of your waist. Relaxing the back of your neck, the chin might drop. And so we'll just take one more breath. And gently in your own time, nice and slowly, just bring everything back into alignment. And when you're ready, choosing how you want to relax. So either seated or staying lying down with cushions and blankets over you, just so that you're as comfy as you can be. So having a few moments just to get comfortable as you relax. I'll just talk you through a lovely little visualization. Give your mind something to create and focus on. So imagine you are waking up early and in the south of France. You hear the local church bells ringing the time, getting up at a nice, fairly early hour when the sun isn't hot to go for a walk. Putting on comfortable shoes and you're comfortably clothed and just heading out of the little French house you're in. And down at the end of the road, it just sort of takes you off into a nice gravel track that heads towards the fields of rows and rows of vineyards. Walking along this little unmade road with the early sun just starting to warm your face and shoulders. And as you take a lovely stroll, you look to the vineyards. Some of them, the grapes are lovely and healthy. Big bunches, small bunches. Others not so. Every now and then you just have to stand to the side as a little tractor comes rolling past you, where they nod and smile, going about their day. Taking a little route that you're familiar with in your own mind. You walk past more and more rows and rows of vineyards, wondering what the little green grapes will turn out to be, whether they will end up as white grapes, red, rosé wine, red wine, white wine. All the effort that goes into loving these vines to produce and share with the local community in the world. As you carry on, you start to sort of leave the fields, walking again on a little dirt track, having made a nice little loop towards the town. In the distance you can see the little church and its spire, all the different strange old looking French houses, some with green shutters, some with blue, some well kept and some a little run down. The interesting doors and the strange knockers that you see on these old French house doors. Sometimes there's lovely ornate ironwork for the balconies. Every now and then a little dog might just run past you. All out on its own, doing its own thing. As you stroll back towards the town, you can start to hear a few more people waking up, and certainly a little bakery that's been up long before you have, baking the fresh bread. Really fresh, made from flour, salt and water. Perhaps you think a nice little pan will go down nicely with some coffee. So taking this pan of bread, imagine strolling back to the little place that you're staying and making a café au lait, sitting in your little courtyard. And as the French do, they dip their bread into their coffee to eat. So just having a few more moments to enjoy whatever comes up, little visions in your mind as you relax in this space, maybe listening to church bells in the distance that chime every hour, telling you what the time is. So very gently, just maybe take a deep breath and a nice long sigh. Come back into your body, noticing how you're feeling everywhere. Whether for a little moment the mind wandered off, where your thoughts went. If you can come back to that lovely feeling of joy that you can create, just for a few more moments, maybe taking that to vibration into the rest of your evening. If you can conjure up an image in your mind that associates with love and joy in a blissful place, it's even better. Something you can always come back to bring yourself into this state. So when you're ready, just let's start to move gently, either seated or lying down. You can just start to wiggle your fingers and toes and maybe rock the head. Coming back into our physical realm and having a nice stretch, whether that's arms overhead and hugging the knees in. Again, just check in with a nice long breath. And then when you're ready, you can roll up, join me seated. Check in with your energy, whether you feel tired and need to rest now, or whether that's sort of livened you up a little bit. So just bringing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.